Hi, welcome back to my channel. So what we're going to do today and what we're going to look at is converting the Britax Evolva car seat from being a high back booster back to being a Group 1 car seat, okay? So this is the backwards conversion of it. So I do have a video that I'll link to in the comments because I haven't figured out how people put snazzy links on the actual video, so I'm going to have to just shove it in the comments. So I have done a video showing you how to take the harness out of this car seat. This video is going to show you how to put it back into the car seat, okay? So it's the reverse. Now, to get started on this one, what we need to do is, first of all, make sure that your headrest is in the lowest position, okay? If you've been using this as a high back booster, I'm just going to pop this back so you can see, you may have been using it with the headrest higher, alright? So you need to move that down to the lowest position, okay? And then take your harness pads. If you followed my last video to convert it into a high back booster, then you should have your harness pads in here. And just pop them back through so they come out the front of the seat. Okay, if you haven't had your harness pads like this, it's fine. Just make sure that you pop them around the front of the seat. Another thing you might want to do while you're here is to pop out the metal yoke here. To do that, you're going to need to press your button here. There's a metal square button. Press that down, and keeping that pressed down, pull this bit, okay? And what you'll see is you start getting a bit of length on here, and that's just going to allow you to pull that out. All right, so we don't need to worry about that bit yet. We've got these bits out so far. The next thing we need to do is get our buckle back, okay? So again, if you followed my last video, you will find that it is down here. So pop that buckle out, okay? And we have now retrieved that. This can go back into position and pop that down. So next we're going to put our buckle back into the car seat, okay? Personally, I prefer to put the buckle back in before I start messing around with the harness, because I use the buckle to make sure I don't twist the harness when I'm putting it back into the seat. So to reattach your buckle, you're taking your metal yoke, can you see it there, okay? And you're popping it into the buckle hole, the slot in the fabric, and you probably find it's the second slot in, okay? Poke it through, and then if I turn this upside down, you can see here that it's popping back. So pop that back through, and then what you're doing is taking this bit of material. There's a break in that metal bracket, say a break, like a split if you like, it's meant to be there, don't panic, and pop that through, okay? So to do like a closer, alright, so you can see that that's come through here. So sitting this seat back up, our buckle is now into position, alright? So now we can start doing our harness. Now, as you can see here, I've got that caught in the elastic, so just make sure that's off. The first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to pull my harness pads out. So literally all they're doing is they're just in front of the seat like that. And I'm going to take these buckles, which are right down here, pull them forward, okay? I'm going to slot them together, not worrying about what this bit of the harness is doing, and I'm going to clip them in. And all I am worried about right now, while this is clipped in, is that these two bits here, which will go over your child's hips, making sure they're completely straight, okay? So there's no twists there, which is great. Next thing we're going to do is now take my harness strap, number one, and I'm going to lift it right up, okay? So I can see there's no twists in that, and I'm going to pop it through here. Now this is the other reason that you need to make sure your headrest is in the lowest position as a booster, because you can see there's daylight, you can see right the way through the holes, okay? If you have this in the wrong position and you tried to do it, you may be able to force the straps through, but then once you came to adjust your harness, it's going to jam, okay? So it's really important to make sure that you can get it straight through the seat easily. If it seems a bit tricky, you may find that your headrest isn't in the correct position, okay? So straps number one are through the seat. I'm going to turn this around, okay, so you can see what I'm doing now. Can you see that okay? Now, there are two straps here. This one will pull long, this one won't, okay? The shorter strap needs to be on the bottom, all right? And that bottom one goes on this hook here. And this bottom one is your harness pad, okay? So that's the chest pad. So, oh, it wasn't very good, was it? There we go, okay, and make sure it is actually attached as well. Okay, so that's number 1. Put that there. And then we're going to do number 2, which is exactly the same. I'm just going to... So this is why I said to try and keep your harness pad attached, because mine's just come off, because I wasn't thinking. So now you have to just thread it back up, but they're not always the easiest things to do. Right, there we go. Okay, so that's back attached, making sure it's all straight, it's not twisted or anything, and pop it back through. Okay, and then we're back here, and then making sure that the short one is on the bottom. Oh. Okay, so that one's attached here, and you can drop that back down. Last thing we need to do is attach our harness now. And what a lot of people do at this point is they'll just attach the straps, but that's not correct. There's one more thing you need to do. So again, pressing that button to lengthen the harness, you're going to press it down and pull the metal bracket a bit more, says she, who's not got in the front there, right. Pull that out, okay, and basically what you want to do is your bracket needs to come up here. I just use gravity, so I turn the seat upside down. Taking your strap, making sure, again, as always, no twists, and just poke it in so it pokes out the top there, okay? However you do that, you can take that plastic bit off if you want to, however you do it, doesn't matter, as long as you get it through the back of this plastic cap. Like I said, it does come off if you want it to. Yeah, you just need it that side of it. Okay, and then what you're doing again, making sure there's no twists here. A good way to make sure that your harness is going on the yoke properly is, I don't know if you can see, this is stitched here, okay? So this side is smooth, this side has got the stitching on it and it's like looped, is make sure the smooth side faces out, okay? And you're hooking it back onto that yoke. Okay, hooked back on. Let me just do it there so you can see. And then, okay, so they are now both hooked back on. And just drop that back down here. And if we turn this around, we can give this tail here a good pull, and that's our harness done. So then if you did need to lower your harness down for a smaller child to use, your adjusters at the back here, and you can just lower that down, making sure it's clicked into place. Give that a pull, and your seat is now back into Group 1 mode. So I hope you found this video helpful. Please hit subscribe. There's lots of exciting videos coming up that I've got planned for you, and I hope to see you back soon. Thank you.